Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Salak. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah. First off, I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, and Ba'Shem Kadosh. Double honors goes to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and the sincere shalom goes to the elect Akim out here that's pushing his truth in all four corners in truth and sincerity. I wanted to touch a topic. Basically, I just found out yesterday that in Maryland, they've been passed the law, but it just went into effect on October 1st, 2018, and it's basically called the Red Flag Law. Basically, the Red Flag Law is about pretty much gun control or whatever. They if anybody in your family say you might be dangerous with having guns, like you could have had a verbal confrontation with them. They could say they're afraid that you're gonna use one of your guns on them. Your girlfriend, your health official, or a doctor, anything. Anybody that feel like you're a threat to them, and they know you have a firearm, they can come to your home and confiscate your firearms. But basically, in Maryland, ever since Martin O'Malley was governor, he put a restriction on magazines. He took it from you couldn't purchase high capacity magazines here in Maryland, but you can go to the surrounding states and purchase them or whatever. But they just couldn't sell them here because of the what is that? It was a lot of mass shootings going on. In Connecticut, the Connecticut school shooting and all that, and he helped pass that bill where that started. And after he left, we had this Republican come in office. This guy, I forgot that guy, Hogan, and he this snake slivered in and passed this law, and basically is gun control. They can say anything. If anybody feel threatened by you, they're gonna be able to confiscate your firearms, and they just finding all kind of ways and loopholes to take your confiscate your firearms. Even like the what's the word I'm looking for? If you have like if you get they made, I believe marijuana use is legal here, but if you get a yellow card, they gonna confiscate your guns. If you have mental issues, they gonna confiscate your guns, which they should. But I mean, yeah, all these incidents transpire. You got decent people that know how to control themselves. Well, it's the spirit of Yahweh Sim Yahshua anyway. But they just find it. Maybe like 2 months ago, at the Rite Aid warehouse, some girl went in there and shot a couple of co-workers up. They said she had a mental issue. Just yesterday, a police officer, a Baltimore County police officer, committed suicide. He took himself out. So all that stuff is could be set up or anything like that. But that's why they say these kind of laws need to be passed. But ultimately we know that, well, not we know, but ultimately us in the truth know that has to do with that martial law about to be passed, man. It's been done here before with the Baltimore riots with Freddie Gray. Larry Hogan brought the what is that? The National Guard in, and they had the city shut down. You had to be in the house at by 7 p.m., 7 to 8 p.m. in Baltimore City. They gonna confiscate your guns because they trying that New World Order thing going down, man. And now, I mean, even though they have weapons that can stop people if they want to buck up, every time something go down, Edomites going buying up all that firearm and all that stuff, talking about the New World Order stuff. But you can't be carnal minded, man. You already know, man. Esau, they done, the sword is their thing, man. You're not gonna be able to buck up against the government, man. It's carnal minded, man. But I'm gonna go in on this article. I'm gonna read this article. Say it's from ABC. ABC News. It says 114 warrants served across Maryland since the red flag law went into effect in October. This is a Rockville, Maryland news article. It says Montgomery County Sheriff Darren Potkin believes Maryland new law red flag can save lives. It goes on to say it gives family members, health professionals, and law enforcement the authority to seek a judge order to take guns away from someone in a crisis before they hurt themselves or others. Law enforcement has been running into people having some sort of mental health crisis forever. However, we never had a statutory authority to take the guns away, Popkin said. From the law went into effect in October, 114 red flag warrants have been served across Maryland. 114 warrants over a little over a month. It's dangerous work. On Monday of this week, while serving a warrant to take guns from a man in Glen Burnie, the police shot and killed a man during the struggle for his weapon. And that's they saying that people not trying to give up their arms, and this is they're gonna say he had a mental issue, but that's gonna be a lot of justifiable to shoot people, because they're gonna say the police, they human beings, they're gonna say they felt threatened because they know they had guns in there, and if you don't cooperate, a lot of people, when people come knocking and kicking on the door early in the morning, because that's usually when people come with warrants early in the morning. You half sleep, you incoherent, somebody banging on your door. You don't know what the hell going on. So that's going to be a justifiable way to take people out, man. And continuing on, it says Lloyd Hayes, the mother of Virginia Tech survivor, says research show red flag laws now in place in 12 states are preventing suicides and possibility what she calls suicides by mass shooting. We want people to know that this law is available to them. Family members, law enforcement, and others need tools to separate a loved one from a firearm when they're at risk, Hayes says. And that was it on that. But I got some scriptures to go into. This is Second Esdras 15 and 15. It's a lot. Second Esdras 15 and 15, it goes to say, for the sword and the destruction draweth high. The sword and destructive draweth high. Meaning is high. It's coming. The destruction and that sword. And one people should stand up to fight against another. And that's happening. You got it go twofold. You got basically you got the regular citizens that's going to buck up against this law, just like I was saying in that article. And you get with that New World Order and all that stuff, you can equate that to race riots, man. To stand up and fight against another, and a sword in their hand, they're gonna be fighting against each other with guns. You can equate that with race wars, or with the regular citizens against the government. For there should be sedition among men, Now I'm gonna look up that word sedition. So I should have had it on deck, but I didn't. It says sedition, conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of the state or monarch. Yeah, so uh, for there should be a sedition. People gonna have a conversation to buck up against the government among men. Continuing on among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and their course of their action shall stand in their power. Meaning they gonna be trying to buck up against the government because they don't want to give up their swords. They gonna buck up. The government gonna be trying to do what they want to do. All the law, they're gonna be living by the regular laws, but the laws gonna change because it's gonna be martial warfare, and the citizens ain't going to stand up, ain't gonna be putting up with that junk. Continuing on, verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city, and he shall not be able. That's like right there. It's gonna be martial law. They're gonna have them tanks blocking up the highways. It's gonna be checkpoints and all that. And this scriptures. This not coming off my own vain understanding or nothing like that. This all prophecy, man. And it's been Apostle Tahar deemed this the year of prophecy, man. And prophecy just continuously unfolding. On top of that happening, you got continuously having these wildfires going on in California. Those the wildfires, is another one going on. It's tearing up. Is jacking the people up that so-called have money. It's jacking the ones up in Malibu, But I got another scripture. It is. I think I'm gonna end it on that note. This is Matthew 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. We constantly hear about wars and rumors of wars ever since Donald Trump, consistently, but ever since Donald Trump been in the office, we've been consistently hearing about it. It constantly go from North Korea to Russia to now to Iraq to Syria. Constantly hearing that. Continuing on, see that ye not be troubled. Don't sweat it. You can't control. You can't control. You can't control this. You just gotta sit and wait, man. You can't let that consume you. You can't control it. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All these things must come to pass. These prophecies must come to pass, letting you know that we that much closer to getting up out of here. But it ain't over, For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And it has been kingdoms rising up against kingdoms. That's why it's all those rumors of wars. Is famine. You got famine. We can take it to Venezuela. We can take it to everywhere. We can take it to America with the GMO foods. That's a famine because it's not real. Its lack thereof is a fake substance. Famine, the water, and also with famine of the word, man. YouTube just shut down. It just had a shutdown a couple weeks ago. So that famine of the word is coming, man. Earthquake in diverse places, man. It's earthquakes on the East Coast. Earthquakes never used to be on the East Coast, but is being expedient. It's speeding up. Like every year's earthquakes over on the East Coast. It was a couple earthquakes in Baltimore over the past 4 or 5 years. They were small earthquakes, but That's the Lord showing us that believe that prophecy is unfolding, man. And I'm gonna end it on 8. All these things are the beginning of sorrows, man. It's the beginning, man. You think this is bad, man, but it's gonna get worse, man. And it's the beginning of sorrow. And I'm gonna end it on that note. This is the year of prophecy. You know. Hopefully this video was edifying. Shalom.